أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ما المسيح ابن مريم إلا رسول قد خلت من قبله الرسل وأمه صديقة كانا يأكلان الطعام انظر كيف نبين لهم الآيات ثم انظر أنا ينفقون صدق الله العظيم. Mr. Chairman, Chair Lady, and my dear brothers and sisters, I read to you a verse from chapter 5 of the Holy Quran, verse number 78. This is actually in answer to certain misstatements that Pastor Stanley made last night. You see, he made certain charges in that frenzy, he was worked up. If you were there last night, you would have noticed. He confesses that, he was trembling. I don't blame him for holding poison in his hand. But in that mood, he said, speaking about the Prophet, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that he denied the sonship of Jesus, that he denied the death and resurrection of Jesus, that he denied the messiahship of Jesus. And I says, no, it is in frenzy he's talking. He's not true to facts, because during the course of my speech, I was telling the audience that we Muslims, we believe in Jesus. We believe that Jesus was one of the mightiest messengers of God. We believe in his miraculous birth. We believe that he is the Messiah, translated Christ. We believe that he gave life to the dead by God's permission, and that he healed those born blind and the lepers by God's permission. This is the statement I had made, that we believe that he is the Messiah. Not Muhammad. I didn't say Muhammad is the Messiah. I said Jesus is the Messiah. He says, no, Muhammad denies that. So I would like my brother to retract this statement when he has his 10 minutes, that look, he is sorry, but in the verse that I read to you, the word is stated, Mal Masihu ibn Maryama illa Rasul. Most certainly, Messiah, the son of Mary, is no more than a messenger. Qad khalat min qabli rusul, many were the messengers that passed away before him. Wa ummuhu siddiqa, and his mother was a virtuous woman. She was a saintly woman, Mary, the mother of Jesus. She was a virtuous woman, a saintly woman. Kana ya'kulani ta'am, and they both ate food. We all eat food. Why does God Almighty want to draw attention to the fact that they both, mother and son, they both ate food? Because he's trying to tell you that anyone that eats food can never be your God. Is not worthy of worship. In the Roman Catholic Church, they worship Mary as the mother of God. The Christians, generally, they say Jesus is God. They worship him. God Almighty says that they both ate food. In other words, if you eat food, you have a call of nature. You need the toilet. And if there's no toilet, you look for the rocks or the bush. And this is not the quality of God. God doesn't go to toilets. He doesn't look for bush and rocks to excrete. He doesn't do that. Listen. The verse continues, Unzur. Have a look. See how clear we are making our signs to you. How clearly, simply, we're putting facts to you. Summanzur. He said, have another look. Anna yufikun, how they have drifted away from the truth. Chapter 5, verse 78. Jesus is the Messiah, one of the mightiest messengers of God, but he is not God. Then, in chapter 3, verse 45, God says in the Holy Quran, Is qalatil malaikatu ya Maryam. Says, behold, the angel said, O Mary, Inna Allaha yubashiruki bikalimatin minhu. That God Almighty gives you glad tidings, the good news of a word from him. Ismuhul Masih, his name will be the Messiah, translated Christ. Isa ibn Maryama, Jesus the son of Mary. Wajihan fi dunya wal akhirah, held in honor in this world and in the hereafter. Wa min al muqarrabin, and of the company of those nearest to God. Again, that Jesus is the Messiah and is one who is closest to God, in the company of those nearest to God. We say, as the Christian might say, sitting on the right hand of God. But we will explain that not physically, not geographically, because God Almighty is not like a man sitting on some glorified chair on a throne, and Jesus Christ on his side, on his right-hand side, like a flea or a lice. No, no, no. In status, when the Easterner says, the man on my right hand, he could be on his left hand. But I say, in position of importance, this is my man, my right-hand man. He can be sitting behind me, in front of me, on the side of me. As such, we say he is in the company of nearest to God. We accept that Jesus is the Messiah and is one closest, nearest to God. This was the Quran I was quoting, and you can check it up in your own Quran at any time, sir.